Well, hello there. I've been expecting you. Yes, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I've heard such wonderful things. Oh, yes. I'm an old friend of the mayor's, you see. A very old friend. In fact, I've known her family for quite some time. Oh, yes. Well, in fact, let me think here. Yes, I went to school with her great-great-great-grandmother. That was before I was changed, you see. Oh, I can assure you that the fangs are real. But I won't bite, I promise. You see, I get by on a blood substitute. Or the occasional donor. On special occasions, of course. So now tell me, have you ever been to the All Hallows Eve Ball? Oh, you're in for a real treat. I've been to my fair share of them, and I have to say, I think it is my favorite event of the year. Now I can see you don't have a costume yet, so would you like me to help you pick one out before we head in? No trouble at all. So, I've taken the liberty to prepare a handful of costumes that I think might be to your liking. Yes. This is a lovely traditional one here, a nice witch costume. Black, purple ribbon trim, gold flecks here and there. I particularly like the golden cobwebs here along the skirt hem. Yes, it's quite lovely, isn't it? You know, I was around during the witch trials here. Quite a messy business. Well, it wasn't at Halloween Town proper, exactly. It was in a nearby village. And, well, they accused 5 poor girls. None of them were witches, however. There was one witch, though, and they missed her entirely, because, you see, any witch worth her weight in salt will be able to disguise the fact that she's a real witch. So, there's another one I have for you here. It's a Medusa costume. So it has this lovely emerald green gown. And then we have this headpiece here that'll go on top of your head, almost like a tiara. It has a variety of snakes coming out of it. You'll notice they are real snakes, but they're perfectly trained, I can assure you. Yes. Oh, I have 1 or 2 pet snakes at home. These aren't mine. I've borrowed them from a friend. This next costume here is quite beautiful. It's a butterfly fairy costume. Do you know any butterfly fairies? Oh, they're lovely people. Yes, they're a bit different than the traditional fairy. You see their wings are much more vibrantly colored. Sometimes they'll have rainbow markings. And, of course, they can communicate with the butterfly population, particularly monarchs. I love this costume. It smells like daffodils, too, for some reason. Oh, here's a lovely one. Well, this is one of my favorites. Of course, every year I just go as myself because, well, I don't think any costume could rival this now, could it? But this one, if I did dress up, I think I'd choose it. It's a pumpkin temptress. It's a bit, risque. The dress here is a little revealing, but I do think it's rather adorable all at once. Yes, a lovely, vibrant orange color. And then it comes with this little stem hat. Isn't it cute? Lots of glitter, of course, and we have a pair of orange heels for you to wear, too, if you would like to wear this one. This last one here is the Bride of Frankenstein costume. Now, I knew the Bride of Frankenstein firsthand. Her name was actually Marcia. She was a lovely girl. I think she was very misunderstood, though. I, for one, absolutely adored her hair. So, adventurous. Yes, that's the word for it. Now, you see, it's a deep black color. It's a dress, and I have some different wigs here for you to wear. All of them, of course, have that famous white stripe, and there's one that's more of a wild look with disheveled hair, and there's one that's more polished with her hair sticking straight up. Oh, yes, not your cup of tea, Well, did any of the other ones catch your attention? Oh, good. We'll go with that one, then. All right, well, I'll have you take the costume here, and we have a dressing room right there, and then we'll go ahead and head into the ball together, all right? Lovely. Oh, hi there, Esmeralda. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm just waiting for one of the party guests. I was helping them get ready. Oh, picked a lovely costume. After all, I am the costume ambassador. So are you heading into the ball now? Oh, good. I'll see you in there. Great. Oh, and how's your husband? Oh, well, it is a full moon, so you should take him to get a trim, then. Those werewolves can get so scraggly this time of year, can't they? Okay, I'll see you later. Oh, you look great. Oh, I think that was a great choice. Well, let's go ahead and head into the ball then, shall we? Fantastic. Okay, as you see here, there's a variety of refreshments here on the table, all of them in very spooky shapes and such. There are human eyeballs there, which are, of course, just jello cups in the shape of an eyeball. Yes. Well, let's see here. Well, there's the traditional snacks as well, the caviar, and lots of candy from the candy corn confectionery. We couldn't have a ball without that now, could we? And my favorite are the A-negative bonbons. Oh yes, they make them especially for me. Yes, I tried a B positive one once and it wasn't my cup of tea. So, let's see here. Well, we have a variety of minstrels playing this evening. Live entertainment, of course. There's the Skeleton Trio, followed by, I think Frankenstein is headlining. Oh, not the original Frankenstein. No. I think he's Frankenstein the 5th. But I did know the original Frankenstein. Oh, lovely man, but, he's passed many years ago. Yeah. Oh yes, he was able to have children. Well, of sorts. They're all masterful creations. Let's see, anything else I should point out to you about the ball? Oh, I do recommend staying away from the Witch Sisters. You'll know them when you see them. There's 3 of them, and they're the busybodies of the village. Well, they'll pry and poke and prod until they find out every ounce of information about you, and then they'll go spreading it all around the ball. And before you know it, everyone's coming up to you asking all sorts of questions about who you are and why you're here, and blah, blah, blah. So just avoid them entirely. That's my recommendation anyway. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and stay beside me and we'll just mingle around the party together and enjoy the music. Terrific. Oh goodness, it's Mortimer, whatever you do. Don't look off to your right. Well, if you make eye contact with him, he'll want to come over here and talk to us, and he'll occupy our attention for hours. He's, let me see here, Dracula's first or second cousin? No, Dracula's cousin 3 times removed, that's what it is. And trust me, he lacks all of the charm and, charisma that Dracula has. Poor thing. He fumbles his words and talks about insects, and he has a bat collection apparently. He just blabbers on about it incessantly. I think he's a bit lonely, but tonight's a night for revelry, not for boring and tedious conversation. Oh, and then over there, that's Alice Merriweather. Yes, she might look familiar to you, especially if you've gone on the Haunted Mansion tour. She claims her name is Alice Merriweather, but a lot of us think it's McAllister. Yeah. Well, rumor has it that she has, a touch of vampirism, but it hasn't been confirmed. Trying to think if anyone else will want to avoid while we're here. Oh, that's Susan over there. Yes, she is transparent. She's a ghost, and they tend to be that way. But, well, she's got a little bit of vengeance in her, that one. You see, how she died was... Let me see if I can get this straight. It's a bit of a love triangle gone wrong. She ran off with her lover, and then her husband, her jilted husband, mind you, came after her, and one thing led to another, and all three of them ended up, well, meeting their demise somehow. A sad story, really. But her husband and her lover no longer live in Halloween Town. They relocated shortly after the incident, and well, she's been a bit bitter ever since, to say the least. Oh, and that's Beatrice. Well, she was actually Frankenstein's third wife. Yes. Well, no, the current Frankenstein, of course. She, well, she thinks she's one of the best bakers in the village, but her blood muffins have a little to be desired. Yes, she lets them coagulate for a bit too long. In my opinion, anyway. Yes, well, it's a common misconception that vampires can only drink blood. Now, blood is our main form of nourishment, but we still enjoy the occasional muffin or pancake, or chocolate especially. So are you having a good time so far? Oh, great. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed your stay here in Halloween Town. Yes. It is a lovely place, isn't it? It has a certain charm about it that I haven't managed to find anywhere else, and trust me, I've looked. But, there's no place quite like Halloween Town. Well, I'm going to have a seat. I'm a bit worn out, but please feel free to mingle if you like, and I'll catch up with you later. I hope you're having a terrific Halloween.